Okay, so I know a lot of you guys have seen some of the photos we've shared of our projects. I've got a lot of questions about not only the design, but the intentionality with the way we created. So I thought I'd walk you through a couple of designs and explain it for you. The interesting thing about this project is I adore the clients. You know, they were avid collectors. They were people who understand design really well. Their eye travels a lot. And so I think with this house, coming up with a concept that felt strong and cohesive. So the inspiration for me from day one was this idea of the ripples of the water outside, the movement that they created. We actually built the entire floor plan around these ripples and where the moment started for the family. And that was the beginning of the design process. You'll see it throughout the house. We kind of translate it in a lot of different ways. This entry, the ground floor, was the first spot that you can kind of see us really open things up and change it. This room was before really compartmentalized and closed off. We opened everything up so it felt expansive. You could see all the way through to the water, and that's really what it was about. The coffer details you can see here. There's these like round rosettes. Again, this idea of the rippling water, these moments that you can kind of see the nuance of the concept and all the little parts of the design. This is the living room, the formal living room, I would say. I love this space because I think this highlights, again, the collaboration between a client and the firm. You know, I'm really proud of the work that we do here at the firm because not everything is one note. It's a real kaleidoscope of experiences and stories because everybody else's story is different. This house in particular, we wanted things to feel architectural and strong. We wanted them to have real clean lines, things that would transition and age really well, but there also had to be just enough conflict with like contemporary, more organic elements. This bar is actually something that I conceived from just this massive boulder that I had seen while traveling. And I love the idea of creating something like monolithic and strong in this space that felt like you just pulled it in out of a lake. Okay, so this is the kitchen. This space is really about, again, this fluidity, the ripple detail that happens on the marble. It's all carved in. So there's that sense of movement to it. We had this existing condition of this corner that we didn't want to mess with structurally. So I pulled the bottom of the lake, what you see kind of with the moss around rocks. And that verdigris was the inspiration for this cabinetry. It's a place where the client can showcase everything she owns, the glassware, really beautiful little jewel box that I love in the space. And the verdigris is just beautiful. You see that color kind of repeated throughout the house. This is one of the powder rooms. Again, a little bit more obvious in here, the nuance of the ripple and the design of the water. I love these sconces. They look like two hands holding a drop of water. So again, really whimsical play on the tone. Primary bedroom, I love a decadent over-the-top bedroom. Ironically, this room had some challenges with the architecture, cove ceilings, things that we couldn't really adjust. And so I thought, why don't we just drip it all in suede? And so that's what we did. Everything you see on the walls is suede. The fabric transitions is really beautiful, buttery cashmere. Carpeting is actually cashmere. And what's special about it is it kind of feels very ethereal on light, but when you're in there, it takes on the color of whatever time of day it is. So it's a really beautiful space to see, especially during sunrise and sunset. Oh, this bathroom, the amount of comments I've gotten about this primary bathroom. Listen, it's not a shock to anybody that's familiar with any type of my work. I love marble. I love a strong stone. I think if it's done correctly, it's something that'll transition and always hold its value. This room in particular, we saw this marble and I fell in love with it. It felt, again, like the bottom of the lake. There's so much movement in it and color. The tub, I wanted it to feel like a piece of fabric, but it was stone. So you have the movement of the wind through the fabric. And I love this room. I think it's really beautiful. I think it's one of those spaces where you kind of walk in and you're like, wow, where are we? Last but not least, hands down, one of my favorite spaces in this house was actually the client's office. It was a bit of a departure from the rest of the architecture. We wanted to make it feel different. A lot of deco inspirations in here. This paneling detail I am sick for. And this space again was about light and versatility. You know, creating a space that she wanted to come into that again was built around the view. You can see like on the diagram, if you can imagine it, the ripple began in the corner where this banquette is, and then everything builds out from there. So this is one of those spaces that when it came together, we were really proud of. It was really pretty in person. I think what's fun about this for me at least is I get to explain to you guys the intentionality with the way we create. You know, the design firm is not about opulence in the sense of just how much money you can spend, but how you can create things that really matter and create a design that's deeply personal. So if you like this, there's other projects you want me to talk through and share with you, let me know, and I'll see you soon.